Hello, and welcome back to Socks and Sandals, and welcome to another episode of Achievement HuntWhores. Today's episode, we have one of my favorite games and a little lesser-known title, Bloodstained. Bloodstained is kind of a Castlevania sort of successor. I don't know if he's a director or what, but someone who worked on the original Castlevania made this game. It was backed on Kickstarter, and I really liked it. So, I've actually been wanting to do this Achievement HuntWhores for a while, but only just now decided to actually start it. I did play this. This isn't a full completion. This is only the achievements I missed when I originally played it. So when I last played the game, I had 9 achievements left, and those achievements were Scrap Heaper, Down Pat, Usurper, Cartographer, Demonologist, Shard Master, Gilded Youth, Item Collector, and then Overlord. To start the episode off, I got Scrap Heaper. So when I had loaded up my old save, I wasn't sure how many times I had broken down materials. So I went ahead, and I'm glad I did, because I went ahead and started recording just to be safe, and the first item I broke down when I started the game got me the achievement. So I guess I had broken down 9 items, and I don't know, for whatever reason, didn't break down the 10th. I don't know. But next up, I went for the Down Pat achievement, which is to master a weapon technique. And in Bloodstained, each weapon you pick up has a hidden technique. There are bookcases in the world that you can interact with, and it'll give you a technique for, say, katanas or great swords or whatever. Or if you just look it up on True Achievements or whatever, and you input the correct button combination, it should unlock it. But the technique that was recommended for the swords and katanas, I could not get to work. I tried for several minutes using this technique, and I couldn't get it to work. So what I ended up doing was using the spam X technique on the rapiers, or rapier, however you want to pronounce that, because all you have to do is just furiously tap X and it'll start doing a technique. I ended up, so to master a technique, I think you not only have to use the technique, but you have to use it on an enemy. And I think if you damage the enemy, it builds the technique bar up slightly, but if you kill the enemy with the technique, it does it to a more greater extent. So I went to the Inferno Caves and was using it on a death trap. I eventually realized that the longer you tap X once the technique starts, the longer it'll go, and it just drains your MP. I think it goes for about 20 seconds. So I realized that and was able to actually start killing the death trap. So, because just damaging it was kind of taking a while, but I was willing to suffer through that. As made more evident later on what I was willing to suffer through, because a few of these achievements were a bit grindy. But so I eventually killed the death trap enough and mastered the technique. I can't remember. I think it's like Blossom Fury or Flurry of Roses or something like that. But after getting Down Pat, I got Usurper, which this is a secret achievement, and the description is observe the rise of the castle's new master. So I thought that this was simply to kill Jeeble in the boss battle with him. If you've never played Bloodstained, Jeeble is kind of like the Dracula of the Castlevania. He's the master of this castle, and when you're in the boss battle with him, he's actually being controlled by a demon. And while you're battling him, when you're battling him and you do enough damage to him, the moon in the arena turns red. Spoilers, by the way. If you've never played Bloodstained, I highly recommend you play it. So stop listening here and go play Bloodstained. But so the moon will turn red, and that's your cue to attack the moon. And I think when I was doing this, when I originally played the game, which is why I didn't have this achievement, I saw the moon turn red, and I thought it was one of his attacks, like charging up. So I attacked it, and when you damage the moon, it damages the demon Grimory. So that was kind of cool. But I thought all I had to do was kill Jeeble. So I went and did it, because I remember also getting this ending from killing Jeeble. And I thought, oh, you just have to get the Zangetsu Toe. And when I got back into the fight, I attacked the moon, and the rest is history. But you need the Zangetsu Toe to kill Jeeble to unlock the Usurper. Because if you just kill Jeeble with any weapon, you just get one of the other bad endings where everyone leaves the castle and nothing is resolved or anything. So I had to progress further enough into the story for Zangetsu to give me the Zangetsu Toe, meaning I had to go to one of my least favorite areas, the Oriental Alchemy Lab, or I can't remember what it's called, the Oriental Lab. I cannot stand that area. It's got those fucking monkey enemies in it, and it's got all those damn ninjas. There's a floor just before the teleporter that is just, it's chaos. There's no way you can get through it without getting hit. I just can't stand it. So had to go there, fight Zangetsu for the second time. I had a little difficulty fighting him, but I eventually killed him. See, I thought, because I'm on New Game Plus on this. This is my second run through. If you see any of my any of my save files, it says clear and has a little star next to it. So I thought, oh well, I'm fucking, you know, this is my New Game Plus run. I'm already over leveled or whatever. No, it was not a cakewalk like I was expecting it to be. But we kill Zangetsu, get the Zangetsu Toe. Or, well, we don't kill him, we beat him, because Miriam is like, if you're not gonna fight seriously, as if like I haven't been struggling this whole time, she like cancels the fight because Zangetsu is holding back, quote unquote. Fuck off. I cannot stand that shit. Anyway, get the Zangetsu Toe, make it back to the Jeeble boss arena, and then all you have to do is kill Jeeble with the Zangetsu Toe, and you unlock the Usurper. There's not like a special ending that plays, but there's a little dialogue between Jeeble. Miriam questions whether she did the right thing, and then as it fades to black on the game over screen, you can hear Grimory saying that because I have so many shards, I'll be easy to possess, and then the achievement pops.
But was it the right thing?
With that many shards bound to you, you will be all too easy to possess.
So after Usurper, I got Cartographer. So Cartographer is to complete the entire map. So when you go to the map screen in the top left corner, there's a little percentage that tells you how much of the map you've completed. And so what I ended up doing was reloading one of the first clear save I had, like right at the end after I had beaten what's her face, Dominique. So I just want to come in real quick and add a note here. I failed to capture me actually completing 100% of the map, which is why I'm just showing the pause or the load screen here with the actual 100% of map completion complete. The achievement didn't pop anyways, and I mentioned coming up here in the video of another achievement that I got that didn't pop up on the screen, but it did pop up on my phone, so I do have a screenshot of it popping on my phone, just to, I don't know, give proof that I actually did get it. I mean, I don't think that's necessary, but here you go. So I reloaded that save because I was at 99.4% at that point, so I just had to run around and find a lot of hidden rooms. I didn't have Celeste's room. I didn't have the area where the 8-bit nightmare was at. I didn't have the area where you can find the Santa hat. There were just a few hidden rooms that I didn't have. And like I said, in hindsight, I should have just done it on the save that I was doing everything else on. Because, yeah, I got the 100% on that. Unfortunately, for some reason, the achievement didn't pop on the Xbox. It popped on my phone. I get Xbox notifications on my phone. So I got it there, but it didn't show the notification on Xbox. There's actually 2 achievements that it didn't do that for. And god damn it, I can't stand it. But I ended up having to get 99% of the map anyways in my other save in order to fight Orlok Dracul. So I should have just done it in the other save because I ended up, when I finished this achievement HuntWhores, I ended up with 99.8% of the map. So I missed 2 hidden rooms. So I could have very easily just went, like, and I can see them on the map, the ones I was missing. One was the Dominique battle arena, and then another was off on, I think, the Forbidden Underground Waterway, I think is what it's called. So I really should have just done it on my original save. And this next one, the Demonologist. So as I was killing, or as I was going for these other achievements I needed, like Usurper and Down Pat, I killed a few of the enemies that I hadn't killed. I needed to kill the 8-bit skull, 8-bit zombie, 8-bit ghost, and then the 8-bit demon lord, or it's demon lord or something. It's something close to that. I needed to kill the Kune Kune, which is a hidden enemy, which to trigger it is kind of cool. You go to the ghost train thing, and then there's a seat. It's the only seat you can really sit on the train. And you sit in the seat, and then it does this little first-person thing where Miriam is looking out the window. And you have to sit there for about a minute or so, and then Miriam's eyes will start to close as if she's getting sleepy. And then the Kune Kune will spawn in the distance, and then it does a little jump scare where it's like suddenly at the window. And the first time I got to this, I did not beat him because he immediately killed me. So the way he works is if you look at him, he curses you. And it just, like, it was just, I was unaware of what was happening, so I died. And I finally was able to beat him. I ended up, I didn't even plan to do it, but when I got to him, I just decided to run away. I was looking for an easier way to jump over him to get to his back. And then I got to a box in the next room. So I just ran straight ahead to the left, and there's a box in the next room, and it's the perfect distance to where you can still look at him and he doesn't damage you. So I just hit him with a few shurikens, and then I think I got him once with the sword because my shurikens were only doing I think 42 damage to him each one that hit him. But I was finally able to beat him that way. So I got all the 8-bit enemies, and then I got the Kune Kune. So the last enemy I needed was Orlok Dracul, which is a hidden boss battle. So for those who haven't played Bloodstained, again, spoilers, go play Bloodstained. Orlok Dracul, apparently he's a reference to Alucard in Castlevania something or other. I guess he bears a striking resemblance to him. I don't know. Never played Castlevania, so I don't know. But Orlok Dracul is the librarian in the Livre Ex Machina. And you can check out books. I think you can only check out 3 at a time or so. I don't know. But there's one book towards the end of the game, and you need 99%, I think, to unlock the book. I think it's the Tome of Conquest, I think is what it's called. And so you got to check that book out and then fast travel, or if you haven't made it there yet, get to the Glacial Tomb area, and there will be a boss arena there, and you've got to fight him. The Orlok Dracul fight is so unfair, it's not even funny. When I got in there and he did his time stop ability, I was like, how the fuck? Because what he does is he freezes time and then hits you with... So he'll surround you with fucking spikes. And I'm like, how the fuck do you avoid that? Like, he has a pretty big tail with it after I fought him a few times. He kind of, like, winds up. He reaches back, grabs his cape, and winds up for it. And he does that. It's probably about 8 seconds, his wind up. So it's a pretty big tail after you fight him a lot. But even when I knew the tail, I would still get caught in it. And what I found out was best to do is... So when you see him start winding up, just crouch in front of either door on the side of the boss arena, and the attack will miss you. He'll surround you with the crystals or whatever, the shards of ice. But as long as you're crouched, the attack should just go right over you. I say that, but a few times I would be holding down the crouch button, and when the time stop finished, Miriam would just fucking stand up. It would be a split second, but she would stand up long enough to get hit by the fucking attack. Pissed me off to no end. I could not stand this fight. And then he has an insta-kill move where, so he'll turn to smoke, he'll vanish, and then he'll pop up anywhere. You don't know where he's gonna pop up. And if he pops up behind you, he'll grab you and then suck all the life out of you, and you're dead. Fuck that attack. Fuck this boss battle. I was seriously thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. So what I ended up doing is, I guess I got good and fucking, I don't know. I would just crouch and spam attack on him. Just taking the hits. I forgot how OP food is in the game. So when I first started trying to do it, I was only using the health potions and then the fairy health potion, but you could only carry 5 of those at a time, so it wasn't enough healing items within it. And also the fairy, so I have the Karabos is my familiar, because not only does she attack, but when your health gets low, she's supposed to heal you. But I stocked up on a food and went back into the fight. I would crouch in the corner to avoid that time stop ability. Anytime I saw him to smoke, I would just start jumping around so I can try and stay behind him. He also at one point turned into a bat and then a demon dog. I only saw him do that once, but like he'll turn into a bat frequently, but I only saw him turn into a demon dog once. But hopping around, I would spam crouch attack on him, taking the hit, healing, and then eventually I killed him. Also didn't realize that I wasn't connected to the internet. So not only did I kill the final demon, not recording, but I thought I had fucking ruined my chances of getting the achievement. Because I was like, oh fuck, I'm not connected to the internet and the achievement hasn't popped on screen. What am I going to do? I really don't want to have to fight this fight again. So I connected my Xbox to the internet and got the notification on my phone that I popped the achievement. But again, the achievement didn't pop on screen. I actually had to reset my Xbox so that it would show that I got the achievement, because it was still only showing, I think, 855 when it should have been at 885, I think. But I did get the achievement. I'm gonna have to look through my footage and see if I recorded any of the fight, but I don't think I did. After getting Demonologist, we have Shardmaster, and the reason I had a bunch of shards I needed to collect is I thought that the more shards you had, the more shards, because they say in the game that collecting, it's a dialogue between Miriam and Jeeble, that when you get too many shards, you get that shard corruption thing. So I thought that was an actual thing in the game, that I could get shard corruption. But it wasn't. So there's a mechanic in the game to where you can sell shards to Dominique, which actually screws you over in the end, because Dominique betrays you, and the more shards you sell to her, the more powerful she is. So I had to collect shards, and when you kill Orlok Dracul, he gives you a time stop ability, which is a kind of a cool ability. But so I only used it in really one instance. It's so unfortunately the Kune Kune has a shard. So this was what I was talking about before. In order to get it, you've got to get lucky, because I think it's like a 5% drop rate on the shard. It's like an item. So I had to keep killing the enemy in order to get the shard. So I went back to the train, sat the minute or so until he spawned. I used the time stop ability on him and just hopped behind him and killed him. I think I ended up having to do it 3 or 4 times before I finally got the shard, which, according to the internet, there are people who fucking were killing that thing for like 3 hours before they got the shard. So I consider myself lucky on that one. I then had to go back to the 8-bit nightmare, because all of those 8-bit creatures have shards, and I think I ended up only getting my first run through of that area. I think I only ended up getting like 3D or the 8-bit ghost or something. So I had to go kill the 8-bit enemies, get shards from them, and then the demon lord at the end also has a shard. And I had to run through that area, I think like 4 or 5 times before I got the shard. And that's not... The first time I did it, that boss battle was not easy. But after, you know, my second time, I was a little more powerful. I'd leveled up a few more times. I had, I think, a better weapon. No, I was still using the bandit blade. Anyway, second time going there was a little easier. So I cleaned up all the shards I didn't previously have, like the skeleton dragon. I can't, that's not his name. They call it something else. Anyway, cleaned up the shards that I didn't previously have and got the Shard Master achievements. And this, after getting Shard Master, I decided to go ahead and start preparing for the Gilded Youth achievement. So what I ended up having to do was get Augment Luck all the way up to grade 9, rank 9, and then with my Augment Luck I crafted Augment Gold, which you need gold to do, and so the item Gold, for it to be required for so many things, you would think that they would make it a little easier to get, but of course not. And I'll again talk about that later when I get to the final 2 achievements I got. But so the only chest, when I looked it up, the only chest that spawns gold is a chest in the hidden desert where you fight... Damn, what the hell was his name? Alfred? Yeah. So the boss arena where you fight Alfred, it's this little spiral tower area, and that chest has a chance to spawn gold. So what you do is, for blue chests, you have to go to a separate area. And there's actually a hidden area here, which I don't think was in the game when I originally played it. I think it was added later or something. So you go to this, I think it's called the tunnels. You go to the tunnels and then travel back to the hidden desert, open the chest, rinse and repeat until you get gold. So I did that for a good bit. Maybe 10-15 minutes just running back and forth grabbing gold, because each rank of Augment Gold needs 1 gold, so I needed at least 9 gold to fully rank up Augment Gold. So I ranked up Augment Luck, Augment Gold, and once those are maxed rank, they become passive skills, so you don't have to equip them, they're just always on. And then I ranked up Detective's Eye, because at max rank it auto-absorbs anything within the radius. It creates a larger radius, and then at max rank it will auto-absorb everything within that radius. So the reason I did Shardmaster first is because you get Jeebel's glasses at the end, which when Jeebel's glasses are equipped, you have infinite MP. I equipped Accelerator, and there's a spot within the Forbidden Underground Waterway where you can just run back and forth using Accelerator and Jeebel's glasses. You'll never run out of MP. And once you've gotten Augment Gold maxed out, the gold drops are increased. So I played through 2 playthroughs of this game not doing Augment Gold, and the gold drops, I think the most I ever saw was 500. I did 2 full playthroughs, and I think I ended up at 78,000. 2 full playthroughs, and I only had 78,000 gold. And for the Gilded Youth achievement, you need 500,000 gold. So when you augment gold, it increases those drops, And in this spot in the underground waterway, there are 2 little, they're not lanterns, but flaming sticks on the wall. And then in the next room there are 3. So you just run back and forth, and when you break those, they drop gold. And you just do that. I think it only took me about 10 minutes running back and forth to get to 500,000. So kind of a lot of preparation to do it, but for the actual, I think all in all, I spent maybe an hour preparing for the achievement, and then 10 minutes to actually get it. I actually was gonna save that one for last because that one seemed like the most grindy, but the last achievement I ended up getting was the item collector achievement, and this achievement sucks. So item collector is to complete the item list. So you have to get 100% on everything. You've got to get all materials, all weapons, all chest armor, all head armor, all scarves. You've got to get all the tomes. You've got to... It's just a lot. And I did it all day yesterday. I woke up at 6:30, mowed my yard, was finished probably by 7:45, and for the rest of the day played Bloodstained, trying to complete the item list. It is just so much. I don't like crafting, and this might just be me for this achievement. There may have been people who, you know, they got this done with relative ease. I will admit that I didn't do a lot of the crafting on my original playthrough, and maybe if I had done that, it wouldn't have felt like such a marathon to get all of this done in one shot. I think I had 75% of the item list done by this point, before I actually started working on it. That's 2 full playthroughs, and I guess 75% seems like a lot. It's 3/4 of the whole fucking thing. But with the amount of shit I still had to do, holy fuck. It's just a lot of crafting, and like I mentioned earlier, gold is required for a lot of shit, and it's one of the more rarer items to get. So what I eventually ended up doing was anything that I had previously made with gold in it, I would just use alkahest or whatever the fuck it's called, break it down, and just keep reusing that. I did have to go back and farm gold a few times so that I could actually make one item with gold, and then I just kept breaking that one down to get the gold. But alkahest, it's a lot of buying alkahest, and you needed a lot of money for that. So what I then did was went back and farmed that area until I got up to 1,000,000 gold, so I could just constantly buy 99, like a full stack of alkahest to break shit down. And there's shit like fucking dragon bone or dragon scale, and it was just a lot of fucking breaking shit down, going to the store, buying alkahest, fast traveling to kill an enemy. And one of the things I needed to make is the food, and the flying beef has a 1% chance of dropping from when you kill the Hajint. And that I had been playing Bloodstained all day, and when I finally got to making the food, so I completed the weapon list first, and then I moved on to, I started doing the rest of the lists on their own. Which, speaking of the weapon list, let's go back a little bit. The Valkyrie stuff was, so I was aggravated with having to fucking run around and constantly kill enemies for their rare ass items to drop. but the Valkyrie weapons were kind of cool. They're hidden in chests that don't show up on the map. You have to get dimension shift to get to the Valkyrie sword, Valkyrie dress, in the arena where you fight the 2 twin dragons. You have to drop up through the ceiling, which I think well, no, because I didn't have it in this playthrough. You have to drop up through the hole in the ceiling to get to the chest. And then another one is hidden. The Valkyrie tiara, I think is what it's called, is hidden under the arena for the Veilcore fight. But yeah, those were kind of cool to get because they're in chests that don't show up on the map, and without looking them up, I would have never even known they were there. So that was kind of cool. And the Valkyrie dress is, I don't know if there are any other dresses in the game, but it actually changes what Miriam is wearing. So that was kind of neat. Dragon armor was the last thing I needed to actually craft, and then I saved the 2 coins, which the 8-bit coin is the only thing you need to actually craft items, but you need to get the 16-bit coin and the 32-bit coin in order to complete the item list. You also need the discount card, which was something else I was going to save for last, but seeing as to how I had to spend a lot of money on Alcahest, I went ahead and bought that, try and not have to go back and farm more money. And I got my item collector achievement, which should have also unlocked the Overlord achievement, which is to unlock every other achievement in the game. So after the item collector achievement popped, I showed my full 100% list and nothing. I was like, what in the fuck? So maybe it'll pop up on my phone. It's doing like it has been. Didn't pop up on the phone. Didn't register that I had received the achievement. I was like, what the fuck else do I have to do? Don't tell me by achievement they actually mean in-game achievement. So I have to complete, say, the fucking technique list, which, mother of God to anyone who's ever done that, because I think you unlock a hidden technique for the blue rose weapon or something or other for completing all techniques. Or maybe I had to, there was something else I didn't. Oh, complete all side quests, which I could have done that, no problem, but that technique thing I was not wanting to do. So I looked it up, and apparently this was a previous glitch with the game, and they released a patch for it. So if you had gotten any achievements before that patch, you had to save your game, quit out, and reload, and then the achievement would pop. So, with that, I completed Bloodstained. In hindsight, like I said, I love Bloodstained. It was one of the hidden gems. According to True Achievements, it's got about 3,000 people that have completed it, which, you know, that's not a low number. So more people have completed it than haven't. So a good fair amount of people have played it, but anytime I mention it to, say, Nathan or somebody, they'd never even heard of it. Which, like I said earlier, if you've never played Bloodstained, play it. With that, I'll also say, I mean, again, maybe it's me. I keep stressing this, I don't like crafting. So this item collector achievement, the final one I got, well, not the final, Overlord was, but the item collector achievement is not worth it. I did not have fun doing it. I am glad I have the full completion because, like I said, I love this game. So I wanted to have this game on my full completion list. Gamer card, whatever. True achievements, all that shit. But it was just a slog to complete the item list. So I don't think the full completion is worth it. If you're gonna play the game, just play it. I mean, if you feel obligated to, go for the full completion. But honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's more fun to just play the game, enjoy the environment, maybe give it a second playthrough, do some of the optional bosses that you didn't do. Heck, even fighting Orlok Dracul is more worth it than the item. Again, that's just me. But with that, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you've completed Bloodstained. Leave a comment down below if you've played Bloodstained. Leave a comment down below if you've heard of Bloodstained. And if there are any achievement videos that you think I would like to do, shoot me a recommendation. Any games that you would like to see me do? Are there any games like Bloodstained that I can do? Yeah, give me some feedback here, guys, is what I'm asking. Yeah, other than that, I'll see you next time with whatever I do. Bye-bye.